Everybody, happy Halloween weekend, wherever you are in the world. We're having not too spooky a time. We saw the arrival of the Atlas Comet coincide with maximum heat on Prince Andrew. It's supposed to be affecting the bloodlines. Anyway, Andrew
What
now has been,
bloodlines?
well, he isn't a bloodline anymore. He's now known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He's been deleted entirely from the official royal family website.
What about the Lord Porchester website of bloodline? How about Porchy? Remember that one? Our Little Miracle. Remember that, sports fans? Do I have to remind you of your history? Any event.
All right, let me just, I'll break the news and then I'll hand it over to you. So, he's now a commoner for the first time in his life. And his humiliation is not ending there. He's seemingly being almost completely erased from royal life. In a bombshell statement this week, Buckingham Palace confirmed that the 65-year-old Randy Andy would no longer be a prince with immediate effect, will be leaving the 30-bed Royal Lodge nestled on the grounds of Windsor Castle, and the palace also coldly announced that censures were deemed necessary amid the growing controversy surrounding his relationship with Jeffrey. And if Virginia was alive right now, she would be smiling and she'd be receiving congratulations from all over the world for slaying this beast. But I imagine she would be turning her sights on Ghislaine Maxwell next and putting pressure on Trump, Bondi, and the rest of the Trumpians to do the right thing. Anyway, Lionel, this has been massive international news. Prince Andrew, totally humiliated, deservedly so. Well, what are you making of this, my friend? And huge thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you. Name one major prosecution that brought one major person down. Name one. Diddy, I call that one. That was nothing. They got him on the Mann Act. Name one. Remember the old days, Sean, of the bare-knuckled, why you, and they would do this, but they never hit anybody. They would just go like this, why you, and they would, that's what we are. Oh, he's gonna lose his title. Oh, he's gonna nothing. They knew everything. It took the book. It took a book. Look, you know how they have the organized crime, the families, the underboss, the boss, they have the soldiers, the capo regime, and they have like, we could go into Prosecutor Central. I could have a big board. I could have all of the names of all of the women that are either have been victims, were victims of whatever it is, of the Epstein, whatever it is, this human carbuncle. And we say, okay, victim one, and we could have, just for example, I'm not saying this now, but Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, check. Victim two, you had him. And we would have I would have a tote board, and I could say SA or not, violence or not, underage or not, color coded. I could have it. Now, that's my list. What the hell am I waiting for? I've got the list. I don't need books and this and I mean, what? So they're not doing anything. It's this. It's nothing. They're not interested in this. It's a waste of time. It's just enough. It's more tantalizing catnip for these poor wastrels, the commoners, who think that there's going to be somehow some kind of justice. Now, let's just go through this. And please, my mind is on fire, so let me scatter away. We do not know yet. What the cause of her death was. They say it was self-harm, but I don't know. Very simple. Give me the talk screen. Let me see what did they have was there an autopsy? If there wasn't, if she was, let's say, immediately cremated, ooh, that's another one too. Don't be surprised. Where is her ex-husband? The brother comes forward. The brother, do you see him and his wife? Well, we're just. What about? Let me ask him. Hey, what about the autopsy? What are you doing? Why aren't you making a stink? Why aren't you calling the Australian authorities? Somebody get up, for the love of God. This woman, you know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Have you ever, if you haven't lived, and I hope you never do, when you see someone on a slab and you go into the medical examiners, you have to look, and it's just, oh, because everybody thinks of, of funeral homes, a funeral parlor, very nice and dressed up. When you see some person who's been left and found, and that person is sort of looking up, and sometimes the remains, depending upon what it is, are so difficult to see anything, but they're basically looking, they're saying, please speak for me. Speak for me. I'm giving you clues. I'm giving you my body, my tissue, my scars. I'm painting this. I couldn't write out a confession. This is what happened to me. Don't let me die in vain. Let me look at this. It's simple. 4 causes of death. The acronym NASH. Natural, accidental, sui, and homicide. That's it. Plus undecided. So NASHU. That's it. You can tell in 5 seconds. They've been tantalizing us. Remember the picture of her in the hospital? I think that was a morgue shot. It had all the look, the lividity, the non-fixating, the eyes didn't look. I thought, my God, this is a morgue shot. I'll be out in 4 days. It was almost like that Trevor Robinson, whatever, his text messages, Chat GPT. Did you park your vehicle? Who wrote this? I'll be gone I'll be out in 4 days. Can't wait. And for all you people, remember that weird note? She's from the grave or the heavens saying, speak for me. Come on. And we're like this. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Hey, let's go to Piers Morgan. Ooh, we're just doing this. We just talk about it. Look, if you don't want to prosecute it, fine. That's it. Pam Bondi, Trump. What's Trump? What's he going to do? You first of all, you're going to have to bring these cases. Any of you ladies want to bring this? No. There's a few. Are there any bucks to be made? Maybe. We're talking prosecution, not lawsuits. It's over. It's done. It's tantalizing, and it's over. And this poor woman, and that brother of hers, he was on Fox or something. I felt like saying, ask the question. Stand up there and say, we don't know what happened. Where's her ex-husband? How did he get the kids? Where are the kids? What's going on? Nobody's talking about that. Now, next issue. You know that, and you've met people like this in your life. Andrew is a child. Did you hear what this kid went through when he was young? His own little his exploits. You ever hear about that? About how he broke into the biz, so to speak? Oh, this guy was groomed and abused. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to the whole family. You heard these stories about Mountbatten? Funny, that's his name. You want to go back? Do you really want to go through this? Do you want to find out? This is the sickest group of reptilian, these fungating paraphiles, these sick, ghoulish perverts, catamite, pederast. They're the sick. They've been like this. It's in their bloodline. Because when you're in this weird medieval kind of a quasi-satanic, with pointy hats and stars and funny names, I'm the royal exchequer of Viscount and the Duchy of the Prince Daughter, High Priestess of... Oh, shut up. And the best part, Will's saying, enough of this crap. Come on. What are we paying? Who are these people? Oh, I say to you, stop it. Stop it, Harry Potter. It's over. Now, listen, by the way, I'm a monarchist. I love the idea of it, but not that. The idea of lineage, divine right. Okay, this is the way that humans did things. That's okay. But he has been there. He is a pathological liar. And Fergie is low rent, trailer trash. She is the worst. She is so, I mean, remember that shanty kind of, she put these two together. What was the Queen doing? Who was this? Excuse me, Your Majesty. Yes. Andrew is going to, Andrew what? Andrew's going to be, he's on what show? No, he's not. No, cancel it. He's an idiot. He's an inbred homozygote. No, you're retarded. You're not going. Who let him do this? And he thinks he's so deluded. Did you hear who was the book? Was it not was it Entitled or whatever? It's not this one fellow. He's fantastic.
Andrew Loney. We've had him on. Andrew Loney, yeah.
Best. When he was the trade minister, this guy, as we used to say in the South, was a three-peggered goat. He was wild. He showed, yes, I'm here to do my trade mission. Okay, that about wraps that up. Now, bring me the blondes. Let's go. Everybody knew this. You people invented Intel. Your MI6, MI5, MI4, Do-Re-Mi. You knew everything. You knew about Epstein. You knew about everything, and you let it happen. And the Queen, I know her favorite. Probably remembering old Porchy, right? Remember those days? Because when that lizard king, Philip, who's not even British, he's a Greek. Anyway, don't get me started. These folks lived in this inertial bubble that just is like, what are you doing? I blame it all on them. You ask this. He's an idiot. If I ran the place during a hunting ship, we're going to remember The Godfather? Remember when Al Neri took out Fredo in their fishing? Oh, a hunting trip, a lot of things can go wrong. Oh, because he is going to absolutely Andy Koo Stark. And the love of his life? Koo Stark. Koo Stark was to him what not Madonna, but who was the actress who played in Splash? Daryl Hannah was to JFK Jr., but Jackie put an end to that. That was his life. And when you interrupt the love of someone's life, it throws them off, and they always go back, and they secretly, inadvertently do things to hurt you because you never let him become. They don't realize they're doing it, but he's doing it anyway. He's going to write a book. They're going to ghostwrite something, and the one who is the odd one is Fergie. Remember getting her toes lapped by that Texas, in front of the kids, low rent. Who was it? Diana said that she'd borrow her shoes and they come back all stretched and cracked. And how about Eugenie? Those daughters, thank God they were spared. They weren't spared in the looks department, that's for sure.
Ronnie's asking, do you think Fergie will write a tell-all book?
Well, I think, will I? Well, by the way, one quick word before we answer that. The daughters, I call her Eugenie, but they call her Eugenie. And these two, remember there were stories, and we're going to just leave it at that. The stories going around them and Epstein and the debauched. I mean, you know all about this. I mean, first of all, they got him as a father. First of all, and I mean, they ain't much to look at. Bless their heart. Both of them can eat an apple through a picket fence. Let's face it. I mean, bless their heart. They had nothing to do with it. At least they retired their title. You know who I like the best? Edward. His kids, no titles. I'm over here. Have a nice day. Edward's kids, getting a title is like in the mob, like getting straightened out, getting your button, getting made. The best ones are go, oh, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to be made. Oh, no, no, no. I want to be Joe Watts. No, 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 no. I don't. No, keep that. I don't want to be, because you avoid this. You avoid this 14th century nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It's so there. Who knew that old Eddie, would be probably the wisest of the group? Because I always have my doubts about Eddie, but you know what? I like him because you never hear anything. He's just quiet. What about old Anne? Is it Anne? Yeah, Anne. The other one. I get her and Margaret. I get them confused. Now, going back, you asked a question. If somebody, and I'm serious about this, somebody somewhere, because I don't know, I've always heard that Charles is not well, that he's, he looks okay, but he's trying to keep it together. Kate looks fantastic. Those kids look great. Is that the family? Oh, Wills is gonna step up and cut his Wavels right off. I mean, he's gonna geld him. He's gonna be like stump broke when he gets done with him, and he knows it because this is the future. He was doing great. Somebody is going to get the word, and I'm not kidding. If this were a different time, if Edward had been out there hunting, you had a couple of extended members of the family who met their fate rather untimely. Remember that? Remember a couple of those? And those are minor characters. It can be done. And if it was done, would anybody question? Hell, they're not even questioning Virginia Giuffre. You think anybody's going to care about Andrew? Nobody likes him. Nobody. Nobody likes him. Nobody. He has no fan base. Fergie, the only interesting, does the old gal still have anything left in the tank? Is she able to pull up something? Because she was going to sell out. She was going to rat out the family. She basically said it. I'll pay. Epstein paid her for, she is so, how she's alive. I'm serious. These are different times, but somebody has got to say because let me tell you something. When old Andy, this is all he's known. You see, that's addictive to people. Look what's happening to Harry. Harry's going to come back. He's going to dump that. Meghan Markle is the blight. Let me tell you something. If I sat down with Wills, let's say I'm in the palace, Sandringham, wherever the hell he is. If all of a sudden there's this knock on the door, this weird kind of a, ooh, that's me. Door was up. I come in. All right, sit down. Let me tell you what we're going to do. You got a problem with somebody's got to put the fear of God in Fergie. You got that? Yeah. Number two, I don't know if Andrew can do this. I don't know. I don't know, because this is all he's known. The one who, believe it or not, probably is one of the worst embarrassments of all is Meghan. I know she is lower rent. She is crazy. Fergie's not crazy. Fergie is at least in that she's a Brit. She kind of knows how it's done. She's just desperate. But Meghan is crazy. She's a nut. You probably don't know this, but she's that crazy psycho girlfriend that you can't get rid of. The stalker. She's a lunatic. And she will not take no for an answer. She's done everything. And Wills is smart. I'm going to say you've got to cut her off completely, including those kids. Heathcliff and Archie, whoever the hell they are, cut them off. Get rid of her. Bring Harry back. Nobody will miss. He is so lost. I see that poor guy. By the way, he is such a great, to their credit, my wife went to it was a charity. It was a function put on in New York by the Archwell Foundation. Harry was absolutely a gem. Kids, younger people loved him. He talked to everybody. And Meghan's not bad in public either. She may be held in, but she's very, very personable. But Harry, put your money on him. Because his story is my mother was taken away. He's always been a little daft. Wills was, it's like the Smothers Brothers. Mom always loved you best. Wills was always the golden boy. I get stuck with the red hair because of Hewitt. But anyway, the swastika thing, and he's just kind of lost. He doesn't know where he's going to come back. They're going to cut her off. They're going to bring him back. Wills is like iron. This guy is serious. He's the Stalin. He's steel. Juvashvili, no. Stalin. He's hard. And also, who's the toughest of them all? Kate. She is just lethal. If she's your friend, she's great. She's the sweetest thing in the world. That woman, do not mess with her. This is a new monarchy. And by the way, they told Chuck, this. Listen, God love you, all right? But when I'm taking over, it's going to be a new day. We're going to pare this down. I'm going to save this. We're going to modernize this. This isn't, the Duke of Chateaubriand or whatever the hell it is. This is we can still keep the trappings of the monarchy, but we've got to do something because we're like a freak show. Nobody looks up to us. They say, like, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? And I'm serious. I'm I don't want to say I'm monarchist, but I'm fascinated by your history. And to think that this Andrew is going to ruin everything. Now, going back to a couple of things. Let's put him over here. The overarching story, my dear friend, is that we never find anything. There's no conclusion to anything. We never find conclusions. We never find, there's no prosecution. What does it take for something to happen? What will it take? I don't understand. I don't understand what it is that these people are waiting for. What are they doing? Now, may I add something? If you think that's bad, I know we're changing the subject a little bit. The Charlie Kirk story here, nothing's happening with that. Except Candace Owens is losing her mind. But aside from that, nothing. We don't find out anything. Kennedy, John Kennedy, Martin, nothing. We don't go. We show interest, but there's no follow-up. There's no follow-through. Can you explain this to me? I don't understand it.
All right, let's go back to Prince Andrew first. So what people are waiting for is the outcome of the two inquiries, and I'll read them. So 2 inquiries are currently underway, with one scoping the contents of Virginia's book to assess if a full criminal probe into the allegations against Prince Andrew are necessary. The second relates to emails published by the Mail on Sunday early this month, which revealed Andrew asked his protection officer to dig into her past. And we've got one of Andrew's protection officers, Paul Page, coming back tomorrow at 4 p.m. viewers, UK time. This was 2 months after the infamous photo of him with Virginia and Maxwell came to light. It is understood earlier in October, the Metropolitan Police was actively looking into the claims. Andrew had asked his protection officer to investigate Virginia and that he was interviewed by detectives at home last week. Democrat Congressman Subramaniam, who was previously called for Andrew to testify before a U.S. congressional committee about his links to Jeffrey and Maxwell to clear his name, on Thursday urged Andrew to give evidence. So these are all of the things people are hoping something may come from. No,
this is this. First of all, everything in that book. Tell me one thing in that book you defined that tell me one new thing. They won't even tell you who these people supposedly she had this violent certain prime ministers. Come on, would you stop it? Okay, here's the thing. I represent Andrew. This is where I want to. This is the lawyer in me. Okay, I represent Andrew. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to? We want him to appear. He's taking the fifth. Well, he's just a commoner. Just a commoner. He's not going to go and talk about this. He's already spoken. Every time he opens his mouth, he's not going to say anything to you. He is under no duty, no compunction, certainly not in, I mean, your country maybe, but not in ours. No way. He's not going to say anything. Nothing. Period. And if you do want to open, you know what? I got your inquiry right here. Inquire this. Go ahead. What are you going to do? Bunch of hearsay? A book? Well, let me see. On page 2, let me see. Is it true? I'm going to what? Cross-examine a book? What is this? Where is he? We have the Sixth Amendment, the right to confront witnesses. Well, the witness isn't there. Plus, hearsay. It's like triple, quadruple hearsay. What do you want to do? It's going nowhere. It's too late. They want to do like this. Now, another thing too is there's a lot of other people. If I would also say something, and with all due respect to, I think the greatest president of my lifetime, President Trump, he's going to say, oh, no. Kill this. I don't need this. I don't want to hear who's who was who. They're bringing up names. You hear the Robert Redford? Robert Redford's name? He was looking for money. Ethel Kennedy went to these parties. Stephen Hawking. I mean, this is there's no book. There's no black book. There's no list. The films are gone. It's over. Stop it. Just, you had your chance. Nobody wants this. Nobody. We haven't had, I'm going to go back to it again. We haven't figured out who killed Charlie Kirk, and you're not. And we haven't even found out who was behind the attempted assassination of President Trump. He doesn't care about that. It's like, you don't understand. We don't do this stuff. Call your first witness. What are you going to do? Let's say this chart. I've got 50, 100 women, whatever it is, over the years. Let me see. One's 50 years old now. One's 40 years old. Let me see. This one, and on my chart, this one's settled. This one's settled. This one's not going to talk. This one's, we got to find these people. And they're going to come say, I don't know what happened. Who's going to come forward now? Who in their right mind? All the settlements been made. I mean, because let's face it, that's what people really do want. What do you want to do? Who do you want to see in jail? Ghislaine's in prison. You may not like it. May not be tough enough. She's there. Epstein's dead. Andy is, in Elba. He's exiled. Who? What do you want to do? What do you want to put? Bill Clinton? Who's going to testify? Who? Who's going to testify? I got to get somebody to testify. Or Bill Gates or Bill Richardson. A lot of people are dead. Governor of this. We don't know what happened. And he says, well, I never did that. Yes, you did. No, we didn't. Okay. Well, you're witness. All right. What are you going to do? Bring this to trial? And knock on the door. Yes, I was serving with a subpoena. Who are you? I'm 48 years old. What do you want to do? Leave me. I've got grandkids. Who? I don't know who you're talking about. I already settled. I'm done with this. I don't want to bring this up. I want to be the one who in their right mind is going to say, yes, this happened to me by name the famous person. And the jury comes back not guilty. I mean, come on. What are people talking about? That's not what you want. This is just masturbatory. This is just, we just want more of this. It's crazy talk. It's this. Remember when they were talking about the black book? What black book? What is in the black book? They've got flight manifests. People said, I went there. He was a famous guy. He would dole out money left and right. Another thing, too. Do you know how many pervs and reprobates and degenerates there are in Hollywood now? You have to deal with them. You know this. I mean, You
got a question from Nikki.
Yeah.
So why did the king strip Andrew of his titles and exiled him? That says a lot, doesn't it?
It's too little, too late. And you know what? It quashed, quelled, quieted, muffled, tamped down a lot and say, okay, I did that. And he's going to walk around and they're going to say, look, listen, Andy, you're taking care of the rest of your life. You're going to go from 30 rooms? Chuck's taking care of it. These are the richest people. Remember the red book and the red box or whatever it is, the Queen. They own stuff. You don't forget the Saudis, Elon Musk, and no. These people, don't let that woman with the purse walking around fool you. They are, nobody even knows. They were here first. They invented everything. That family, that lineage, even they don't know. So the idea that, so Charles says, okay. So they went to him and said, listen, King, that's what I call him, King. Remember the old joke? They all sound like dogs. King, Prince, come here, hey boy, King, Prince, Queen. They went there and they said, do something titular, a pound of flesh, something you can point to. See, he's a commoner. Now to Andrew, that's just, oh my God. But he's such a degenerate. He's taken care of. And you know what? The best part is, knock yourself out now. You want hookers, hooers, and harlots? Go ahead. Have at it. You're on your own, buddy boy. You can't bring us down. And you know what? His merchandise. Because I know nobody wants to say this, but I'm going to say this. A lot of the women were not underage. A lot of them knew exactly what they were doing. A lot of them were recruited by other women victims. I'm not trying to demean this. I'm not trying to blame anybody. But there's a lot of people, remember, who said, I've got no problem with it. I'm not complaining. Some did, some didn't. It's a very, very weird. I'm going to say this. I want you to understand this. I think you know this. When you have been, and by the way, go back, and I hope they do something. In fact, I would recommend to Andrew, let people say, you know why I'm like this? Let me tell you what did this to me. I was abused. I was introduced to this. I was groomed. That people took advantage of me. I always had a demented. I'm a royal in a world of, some people better than others. I don't know. That's where he would go. Now, if he turns around and he says, I'm a rake, I am worthless, and I'll never be able to do it. And I realize, and you may not believe me, but I want to help people who are in my position as well. This is what happens when you take kids. Remember, hurt people hurt people. You've heard the story. You've heard what your friend, well, not what your friend, but the author said. It's incredible what he went through. You could sit there and say, so if you want to talk about why did they wait so long, let me ask you something. Why did they wait so long to stand up for me? They knew what they were doing. I know everybody loves Auntie and all that. I don't want to name any names. You know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people out there who are freaks.
You're right about his golden parachute. The latest news here. Andrew is in line for a 6-figure sum, an annual stipend from the king. He is going to, in a once and for all solution, a relocation settlement option is on the table. King Charles will pay the shunned Andrew an annual allowance worth several times his $20,000 a year Navy pension from King Charles's private funds.
It doesn't sound like much, but listen, he's not. He can be. Remember, he can be. Look, the Duke of Windsor, that Wallace Simpson, that was just wow. It was so funny, by the way. That's the greatest story ever. Because he says, and I love this woman so much that she said, Wallace said, she looked like olive oil. Remember that? Did you ever see this woman? She said, you did what? I abdicated. You what? You abdicated because I love you. You stupid son of what? No, you're supposed to be oh, fuck God. She didn't. They abused him the rest of his life because she wanted him as king, not this. He had it all wrong. Well, don't you want me? No, I don't want you. I want the king. And this was like one of the dumbest things he ever did. He was not. Remember, they abused this guy. He was walking around. Plus, they were a little too cozy with Hitler. He wanted to be the viceroy or whatever. I mean, they were out there. Anyway, aside from that, Andrew is going to be he could really, believe it or not, change this. But he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to really come clean. And I'm going to say, Andrew, you're going to enjoy something. You want to be a kid. I'm going to show you something. You're going to be you're going to say, you will say, I don't blame my family at all. People love this. Remember the Monty Python sketch where he says, I'm so sorry. I apologize to all of you people. No, sit down. No, and to you, my lord, especially you. And they let the guy go because he's so polite and he's apologizing. He can say, and I know that we have to, may your children never go through what I went through. Twist it, change it, make him, I'm damaged goods. I was never cut out for this. I didn't know. I was abandoned. And I know what Diana felt like because they took her and abandoned her. See, they bring you in, then see ya. You're on your own. When she was throwing herself downstairs, they took this young girl, 19, and destroyed her. I know what that's like. And may I say something? And I know that that Wills will do a great job with their family. Never, don't let this ever happen to you. And remember, hurt people, it does something to you. And when he comes clean, admit what people say about you. If he says, do you know what it's like being a royal? Do you know what this is? But my brother has his shoelaces ironed. You heard that, right? They ironed his shoelaces. We've never shopped. I've never been to Tesco, whatever it is. I've never filled. I don't know anything. I've lived in this weird world, and I'm not blaming anybody, but I will tell you this: I do wish that they cared a little bit more about my own mental health when I was a kid, as they worry now about others. And I'm not passing blame, but they take us. I remember they both went, Charles and him, to Philip's school. This hell, this Paris Island, Devil's Island. Should have gone to Eton. He should have. What was he thinking? And Philip was probably the consummate evil. Did you ever go through his quotes? He says, if I could come back, I'd love to be a virus. And remember, he was talking, it was a Haiti or something. He says, do you eat each other? Are you cannibals? I mean, he was just, this is the world he lived in. And Wills is going to change that. I'm telling you, he can say, now he's got to be careful not to admit things, but people can say, you know what, this guy, I was like, that's enough. You're okay. No, it's me. I'm right. I deserve all of this. I don't want anything. They may be the future king or whatever to you, but this is my family, and we are a family. And I'm going to say, and please don't take it out on Fergie, Sarah, please, or my children. Blame me. Don't do it. Oh my God. People would say, you don't remember this because you weren't there. Bob Dole ran for, he was a vice president or whatever. He ran for president, and he was a dud. I mean, he was so dull. When he left office, he was doing ads for Pepsi, Viagra. I was on every TV show. They loved him. And they said, why weren't you like this when you were running for office? You can see him, for example, at his worst, and he's got to make a joke about that night side, or whatever, that famous interview. He could say, well, what do you do? Any plans? Yes, I'm opening up a public relations office. I'm waiting for my first call. And not that he mocks it. Listen to what I'm telling you. They can change it. Remember, humans have the attention span of a gnat. And with social media, it changes every day. We have a mayor's race in New York, which I'm not going to bother you with. It's changing every second. It's changing every second. It's like what you thought before is not changing now. When are we going to get to Charlie Kirk? When are we going to get to what's going on about this? Just as a not as a substitution, but as an overarching theme of the fact that we never find, there's no finality to anything. I promise you, I can get a grand jury and I can find out who did it, whether it's him. But there's a lot of other people, including perhaps people in the White House, who say, don't do this. Why? Because I don't want you to get the impression you can start opening up areas of interest that we'll never be able to shut down. It's better sometimes for us just to let things go. Just stop it, because this one opens and then this one opens and this one. Why aren't people mentioning, you know, the people on the list? Let the media go after them. Certain prime ministers, certain big tech, whatever. Let the media are so lazy. Why don't you do this? But the media are, newsrooms are being shuttered. Our own CBS is about to be completely. Everything is changing. Let me just tell you right now, everything is changing. Our sense of values, what we consider important, things are changing. Parenthetically, you are leading the cause. You know what they're saying in New York? Don't let New York become London. They're saying this all the time. And Paris, don't even bother. The world is turning into this. Things that you couldn't say 5 years ago, now they're becoming slogans. You're going to see right-wing like Marine Le Pen is going to look like a lightweight. Georgia Maloney. I'm serious. You're going to see people, and I'm telling you, the monarchy is going to come back, because what I would say for your country is, we've got to be British. They are coming after who we are. What does it mean to be a Briton? What does it mean? Our culture, our heritage, our commonality, our language, our traditions, our values. We're not going to let the media destroy the monarchy. We're not going to let other people come in. This is our country. They're tearing everything apart. We have foreign invaders. And the only thing that makes us who we're, this is still the biggest tourist attraction there is. And we're not going to let anybody destroy it. Not Andrew, not Virginia Giuffre, nobody. We'll tell you when we're going to investigate it. I'm serious. It's time to buck up, butch up, and grow a pair. I want to see the Britain I knew. And I thought, you guys are cold-hearted. Just stiff upper lip. I mean it. You're at a very critical point right now. This is really serious. And you better tell that Keir Starmer and get that guy from London. You can say, that's it. Party's over. There's a new sheriff in town. We're not doing this. We are not going to lose. We're not going to have some foreign invader liquidate. And you sure as hell are not going to take away our monarchy. That's ours. And we've been through a lot. And if you think this is over, you don't know how tough these people are. And put your money on Wills. I'm serious. I'm pulling for you. Because
they're dismantling royal control to bring in digital ID, digital grid, control grid, AI control. But let me just say something to the viewers for you. Oh, one second. So, viewers, Lionel has his own YouTube channel, and you can stalk him on X. I'm putting the links in the live chat right now.
And Lionel Nation on YouTube. Lionel Nation. Thank you.
Yeah, I put it in the live chat. It's also in the description box if you're watching on repeat. We've got about 15 minutes left. We've got 2,000 watching live. So if you've got any questions for Lionel, get them in the chat right now. This is a unique opportunity. Angelique wants to know, does Lionel think the shutdown is because of JE file pressure?
The shutdown? What shutdown are we talking about?
They're prolonging your shutdown because they don't want to.
Oh, no. They're doing, no. That has to do with the fact that these Democrats, these heartless, gutless, soulless jackals, they're the sticking point is that they want money's healthcare to go to illegal aliens. not immigrants, but illegal aliens, trespassorial sovereignty burglars. And the Republicans are saying no. And they're making it horrible. They're making it horrible. The U.S. government shutdown. Do you know how many shutdowns we've been through? 34. Nobody remembers them. The longest was like 30 days. Nobody remembers this. Nobody knows what. We don't. I mean, some people are suffering, certainly. There's no doubt. But it's like, no. The thing is that Jeffrey Epstein is a part of this. Put it this way. I want you to open up a sewer and look. See all these rats running around? That's the cabal. That's the consortium. That's the cadre, the convocation. This is everything. This is shadow government, globalism, entertainment. You've got years of entrenched. You know, I'm a retired Catholic. I have nothing against the Catholic Church. I think they're great. They were wonderful to me, and priests and nuns. Nobody have touched us. But there were institutions. There's an institutional rot, which they don't have anymore. They really don't. Where it was just horrible. Sometimes institutions, you don't know the stuff that I'm. If I told you I can't say it now. What I hear that goes on in quote Hollywood, it's just, and it's been like this since the days of Charlie Chaplin. So that's another institution. Then there's the idea of what entertainment itself is. Somebody told me who really knows his stuff. He says the sickest place in the world to see the freaks come out is every year they have the fashion show at the Metropolitan Art Gallery here in New York. That's where all the freaks come out. Second to that might be the Academy Awards. They all fly in. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. This Trump extension, you know what the truth is behind the Trump extension? It's nothing. Have you ever been in the White House? I know somebody, because I want to just say this. Trump's getting a bad rep. Have you been in the White House? It's a mausoleum. I can't imagine living there. It is so cold. Now, Trump said, every time, we don't even have a ballroom. Hell, did you see he goes to Saudi Arabia? They goes, what is this, a hangar? No, this is a room. And we have the East room. It's crappy. They had to go outside and have tents like a wedding in Jersey. He said, what is this? He paid for it. It's all paid for. We had Harry Truman gutted everything. The thing was falling down. FDR made the Oval Office. This goes back. JFK did it. Everybody. Obama, he got rid of the tennis court and put in a basketball court. Now, a lot of this stuff too is kind of trashy, but they make it sound like he's tearing it up. Now, did Trump get every building permit? Well, did he get all the approval? Well, but he's fixing it. He doesn't take it with him. These Democrats have nothing. They have nothing. Trump is a genius. Can you follow his foreign policy? Oh, Lionel, will Trump invade Venezuela? I sure as hell hope not. I sure as hell. I don't know who. The foreign policy is retarded and schizophrenic. Think about that one. Not only does it make any sense, it changes. He sits there and brings in Zelensky, sits him down for the second time and says, so you're going to take care of this, right? What? You're going to take care of this, right? You're going to go with the EU? Yes. Great. Have a nice day. See ya. He's out the door. What am I coming here for? What is this about? Putin is just saying, Putin is just, Nothing. Say, Are you going to do it? Nope. No, you don't understand. Will you stop? Stop what? Ceasefire? No, you don't understand it. You back off of my border. Okay, fine. We forget about that. Venezuela, it's ridiculous. You've got people sitting around there, by the way, Argentina. You've got a lot of versions of some badass military groups, they're just waiting to get involved with this. Oh, land a troop there. It is not up to the United States for regime change. We have 80, no, we have, what do we have? 80, we have 80 or so, how many? 800, I can't remember, 80 countries with 800 bases. I mean, we're all over the world. What are we doing? No, stay here. Whatever happened to it? We had this thing called America First. It's ridiculous. It absolutely is just nuts. But let me tell you what Trump does. Trump comes in just raising all kinds of hell. Like all of a sudden, he'll sue you for like 50,000. He goes, what the hell is this? And then he'll say, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll drop the suit if you do this. So he does something kind of excessive and then negotiates dropping the thing, which is excessive. And you say, okay, I'll do whatever you want. So he has this thing like Nixon does, where you think, is he crazy enough to do this? Look, we have no comparison. We had 4 years of a man who was never in the White House. It was an auto pen. It was an automatic pen. Sean, I've got friends of mine in DC who said, you don't understand. Biden was never here. He's gone. As we say in West Tampa, he's arrebatado, gone. He's a jadrul, he's shingad, gone. So after that, this is terrific. The question is, I'm not going to spend enough time with it, but who has the bench? Is it going to be J.D. Vance, Palantir's buddy? I don't know. But let me just say something before I get this out, because I want everybody to listen. The number one, what scares you when you look at that when you look at the Zigster, what do you think? What scares you? They say, oh, Islam. Islam is not the problem. That's not it. Think bigger.
Keir Starmer. People above Keir Starmer.
There is a group of, you write about that, people who want to, one day, the invasion, it's not going to be AI, it's going to be the bot. And the bot is going to take your son's world, every square inch of his reality, everything. It's going to replace school. It's going to replace doctors. It's going to be and it's going to, if you're not on board, oligarchy, like you see, it's going to be Hunger Games. It's going to be the dystopian nightmare. You see, here's the thing. I'll leave it at that. AI is the thing that keeps me up. That's it. And you can't stop it. As Eliezer Yudkowsky says, you don't, AI, or what this is not a plant. It's the vase. It's the planter. It grows itself. You don't know what it's going to do. Everything else you can turn off. Everything else you can turn off. Anyway, that's that. We are this country is so effed up. Okay? Like I've never seen before. The parties make no sense. Young people they are screaming for leadership. What do I have to explain? How do we turn over the country to somebody who's 20 years old and they say, what the hell have you done? What is this? What is your party? Is there anybody who ever speaks for you? Anybody? It's horrible. We're in a civil war worldwide. Everything. They're coming after our families, our institutions, our culture. I'm saying stuff now I never thought I'd say. And I haven't changed my position. They changed the rules. And like John Maynard Keynes said, when the rules change, I change my opinion. I have never seen anything like this.
What do you know about Palantir then?
Oh, with Teal? Ooh, you know about this. The weaponization of AI. He happens to know everything. See, we love to say China. China's nothing. I don't know how if Trump's been sold a bill of goods. I think he has, because when he's sitting at this table with Altman and Bill Gates and, oh my God, it's one of those things. I don't want to, how do I say this? I don't want to get too far into this because this is normally seen in well, let me give you this last thing before we run out. Let me show you how interesting this is. Palantir is normally talked about by a lot of people in terms of what's happening in the Middle East, specifically in Gaza and Palestine. People have said that so, and meanwhile, I'm wasting my time with this stupid present. Not stupid with you, but nothing's going to happen with that. That's a distraction. Did you ever see bullfighting, rodeos? When the fellow is thrown from the bull, the clown comes out, the rodeo clown, the barrel man comes out and tells the bull, "Hey, look at me," to distract the attention of the charging bull. That's what this is. We're being told all about that. Well, what about this? What about Venezuela? But that's not it. It's the world, the configuration of the world. And the reason why they want to leave you with this, the reason why they want to make sure that the Epstein thing doesn't get too far, or that we don't scratch too far beneath the monarchy, which basically is they are hardcore globalists. You know, and I know, just as anything that Chuck said, they wanted to shut Andrew down, to stop this attention, because they were starting to scrape and dig and plumb the depths. And they're saying, wait a minute, there's more down here. Hey, there's, and where's this money going, and who's, so they just stop it. So they basically did something to call the, you know, the pitchforks crowds and the pitchfork and the torch crowd to get away and to calm down. So let me just leave you with this. It is crazy. We're going to be talking about things in the next couple of years that you never thought. And the existential threat, the 800-pound gorilla, is AI, but not ChatGPT. When it hits super intelligence, singularity and alignment get confused, and they say, it's out of control. We created a monster. Imagine, I built a bomb that can replicate itself and activate itself and target itself, and I don't know how to turn it off. And I did it knowing it could do that. That's where we are right now.
Wow.
And you sit there with that grin like you're happy about this stuff, making me pour my heart out for an hour. You haven't said a word.
You make life easy for me.
I'll tell you what, you're damn right I do.
Let's make life easy for Lionel, folks. All the links are in the live chat right now. Please subscribe to him. Lynn's Warriors, Lionel on X. Huge thank you for coming on, my friend. Take care out there.
All the best. God save the queen or the king, whoever it is. And
happy Halloween weekend.
Thank you, my
bye, 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 bye. Yeah, so please support Lionel on his links, folks. Obviously, I couldn't get a word in. Yes, I see that in the chat. Thank you for all of your questions. And also, there was a few little things we touched on. Oh, yeah, so we touched on the Royal Protection Officer, Prince, no longer Prince Andrew, Andy's Royal Protection Officer, Paul Page. He's coming on for a part 3 tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time. Lauren's going to be joining me, and I'm going to invite Paula M as well. So if you want to, because he came on last week and everything he said has come true. It came true just overnight almost. What he predicted was going to happen to Andrew, it happened. So he's got a lot more to say. So if you've got any questions, you want to speak to Paul live tomorrow, 4 p.m. UK time. And regarding the potential, I've said American military policy is not in the hands of Trump. It's in the hands of the globalists. And they want forever wars. And I did say that they would go back to war with Iran. But it looks like it's going to be Venezuela, folks. So this saying it's about the importation of the substances from Venezuela. I've written a series of books about Pablo Escobar. I've written a series of books about the war on drugs and mass incarceration. And to say that Venezuela is the threat. So basically, the white stuff is grown in Peru and Bolivia. When Pablo Escobar was getting started, he could get a kilo of the white paste for like $60 from Peru or Bolivia. Then Colombia was the hub for the processing, the jungle labs, etc. And they incorporated the Mexicans later on when they stopped it coming in on the Florida coast. They started to bring it in through Mexico. And then the Mexicans became this big cartel hub. So that they are the transportation routes for the substances coming in from the south. Now, to say Venezuela is the big threat is absolute BS, folks. I've spent years researching the war on drugs. Venezuela's got the largest oil reserves south of America, some of the largest oil reserves in the world. That is what it is all about, folks. It's not about the substances. I interviewed Pablo Escobar's son, and I said to Pablo Escobar's son, who is the biggest drug transporter in the world in the 1980s? Was it your father, Pablo Escobar, or was it George H.W. Bush? And that was the only time his face cracked up, and he did a half smile. He was so poker-faced throughout the whole interview. And he said, yep, George H.W. Bush. The substances that have come out of Venezuela, I've come out of Venezuela via the handlers of the CIA. I can guarantee you that it is produced, like I said, the paste, Peru, Venezuela, $60 a kilo in the 70s. Colombia became the hub, the big labs, and the Mexican cartels. The Mexican government works with one of the cartels while it wages war on the rival cartels so that they can receive money from the cartel they're working with, while waging war on the rival cartels enables them to get money from America to fight the war on drugs. This is how corrupt it is. The CIA knows this. The CIA is bringing in and sending weapons down. And this all came out during Iran-Contra, folks. Barry Seal, the pilot, flying the white powder in from the south, taking the weapons down to the Contras in Nicaragua. Anyway, I could do an hour on Venezuela and where the drugs are coming from. But if there's a full-scale invasion of Venezuela based on Venezuela sending substances in, on my heart, on all the research I've done over the years, all of the books I've written on this, it is absolute BS. It will be a regime change operation. BlackRock, all the predatory corporations will go in there, and they will dig out, they will exploit the oil. All be handed over to the big oil producers. Big oil will benefit. Military industrial complex will benefit. Big pharma will benefit. And on and on and on it goes. They are the real reasons that America is all about forever wars. Look at the budget now for the Department of War. Look at how massive it is. Some of these bombs have shelf lives, folks. They've got to have constant wars. So Venezuela is like in the sights right now, and Iran, I think, will be next. So I hope you've tuned in and enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for all the questions, and I hope to see some of you tomorrow with Paul Page, 4 p.m. UK. If you want some beautiful shutters for your home and you've not seen the shutters ad we have done recently, it's a funny one with Jen and baby Ziggy. Here it is, whereby we've installed the shutters to keep the nosy neighbors and the predators out. Take care wherever you are in the world. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see some of you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. There's another Atwood Family Shutters Factory video. Link in the description box on YouTube.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye. See you. Bye. If you want beautiful shutters that block out nosy neighbors, you can get a 10% discount using promo code Sean, SHAUN. Link and number to call, Shutters Factory in the description box.